So this video is entitled, Why I Am Done with So Happy to Learn. Now, So Happy to Learn, a lot of you guys may want to know what it is. If you haven't heard of it, let me just give you a quick explanation. It is a program created by a lady. Her name is Terry Brown, and she goes by the name Miss Brown. She has devoted her life to working with children that have specifically Down syndrome. She does work with other kids too, I believe, that are on the spectrum or some other intellectual disabilities, but special needs, mostly Down syndrome. This program is for kids that have Down syndrome. So if you follow my channel, you know that my daughter, who is now 7, I don't know how that happened, she has Down syndrome. And we have been using So Happy to Learn with her for 2 years. First of all, I'm just going to say it's a great program. It has benefited so many people. Terry has a gift with these kids. She's wonderful. Her program's I mean, I really don't have any horrible things to say. And if you clicked on this video to hear all the horrendous stuff I have to say about So Happy to Learn, it's not going to be here because I don't really have anything bad to say about the program and what Terry's doing, because she is doing a phenomenal job. However, this is our last year using it, and I'm going to kind of go into why. Now, a little bit more about So Happy to Learn, which I have some worksheets and stuff over here. So Miss Brown actually does, I mean, she's got hundreds of these worksheets, and they're actually called happy sheets because we want to be happy, right? When we do these, and they usually have a front page, and then you go through it, and then the very end it says you did it, and it says was it easy, hard, and then you write about your homework experience. Now a lot of these kids will just kind of scribble through it. Some kids will actually write a nice little story. Inside the packet, beside the first and last page, you have things like this. So this one is actually focused on the letter H. We have been going through all the letters, and I have actually all of the letter books that go along with it. I like that. We've been doing that actually, and it's been wonderful, but we've gone through all the letters. But so back to this. She can do matching with these. She can do flashcards with these. There's a number of things, and there is tutorials on the website on how to do them. And then we have Go Stop, which is really, really good. Then we have some writing, letters, H in lowercase form. You know, as you can see, it's pretty full. This happy, the goal is actually, for us at least, has been to do one of these packets a day, but sometimes it takes us like 2 days. So if it looks very familiar, I do have some worksheets that I created that were very similar to the pattern that she uses. It is based off of a book on how to teach kids with Down syndrome. I don't remember the exact title, but I'll leave the link in the description box. Okay, so here's the H book, and it does connect to the happy sheet. And there's reading. Actually, the whole thing is reading. But I am going to quit my membership, and I'm going to explain why and what we are actually going to be doing instead. But the struggles that I've been running into is, well, one, so I was a former public and private school teacher, and I have a pattern because I have raised 3 of her siblings, and I have my own personal pattern on how I teach my kids. Her system, I get what she's doing, but it's very, you know, it kind of jumps around a little bit. What I showed you with the letter H was very organized, but sometimes when you go in there to do the month of April happy sheets and the month of May happy sheets, there's really no connection between April and May. Like, it doesn't build on itself. It just gives you new vocabulary words, which is great because that's wonderful, but it doesn't go back and always repeat some of those vocabulary words. I do know there's a lot of homeschool curriculum out there that I can use to kind of help with this, and there's some that I've thought about in my head that I'm actually looking at, like Happy Cheetah is one that's gone through my mind, or even stepping more into All About Reading. I'm still looking, I'm still praying about it. The other reason that I've wanted to kind of steer away from So Happy to Learn is because So Happy to Learn is very, very secular, to the point where there are some things that have kind of a new age flair to it that I particularly, when it comes to my faith, and I don't really care for. And then when we come up to some holidays like Halloween, she has some Halloween type stuff in there, and I don't want to teach my daughter about Halloween, and so I feel like when it comes to that month, I have to go back and dig through her stuff to find something else that I want to teach during that season or go through during that season. And that's hard. One of her things that she has in the beginning, she does like a spray and it's a relaxing spray. It's essential oils. Nothing wrong with essential oils. But I know she also has this, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a little thing that you make a noise with. I don't know what they're called, but it reminds me of some new age ideas. She also says in the beginning, you know, and it has it right here on the front page if you didn't see that. I am smart, I am focused, I am ready to learn. I like to start my happy sheets with a prayer. You know, Lord, please help us focus. Please help us to learn the information, to be well behaved, and to honor you as we do our work today. That's how I like to start I don't want to chant, well, I know you can replace it, I know you can ignore it, and have been for 2 years. But see, here's the thing. I know I mentioned Happy Cheetah, which is definitely not, it's secular, definitely secular, but here's the thing. I want my daughter to have a very God-centered worldview type curriculum. And so when I'm teaching her, you know, I want things like, my God is great. We write God out, you know, practice our G's. Who is great? God. God is great. And rhyming words. And I know that I've been looking. We've gotten a lot of little kid books that she can read, books that I can read to her that really put God on the throne instead of man. As much as I love the whole system and I love Miss Brown, I want a spiritual aspect of things when I'm teaching. And so Happy to Learn is not giving me that faith-based type curriculum. And I need more for her. It's our responsibility as parents to really make sure and teach our kids the foundations of our faith. Other reasons why I may not want to do So Happy to Learn. I mean, I kind of gave you my 2. Spiritual reasons was the second, and the first reason was because it does kind of jump all over the place. There's no building. It doesn't build upon itself. It just kind of throws you the vocabulary words, throws you the letters, and you kind of have to make your way around it. She does have videos to guide. I mean, you have to understand that this lady who is gifted, I will say this, she is gifted and very talented when she works with kids with Down syndrome. She's trying to figure out how to put it all online on the internet and give her information, her knowledge, her wisdom, her experience, and try to give it to you through videos. And she just threw it all up there, and a lot of it is hard to kind of navigate through. I mean, I can kind of navigate through most of it, but I don't really have the time to. I'll be honest. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go back to So Happy to Learn. You know, I might at one point decide that, hey, I want to do another year membership. Check out some of the worksheets that are for the older kids because she has different levels. And of course, we've been working with Naomi at the beginner level. We might go back and do that. I don't know. I do want to point out something else. There are lots of little sheets within the So Happy to Learn curriculum that are about other people. So, and I do like this idea of seeing other kids that have a similar disability. So here's one about a girl named Olivia. Okay, and she can draw. And then it says, can you draw 2 balloons? That's great. That's wonderful. And I love how it's set up. Look, you know what I actually did do is I did put together some worksheets that are very similar to the style and methodology that Miss Brown uses, as well as based off of that book, Teaching Kids with Down Syndrome How to Read. I did put together some of my own worksheets that are more based in sound biblical teachings. It's kind of the same way where we're throwing you a bunch of vocabulary words. The one that I actually have is about the days of, or actually the months, the different months. And I put them together. They're all up on Teacher Pay Teacher. I will leave a link below. As of right now, they are all free with the exception of the seasonal ones. Or you can do the monthly packets, and those are for free. And I want to provide them for free for a season. No pun intended. Let's just link a video about them if you're curious about that kind of style and methodology. I think maybe my third reason would just be because I need that very build upon kind of phonics type teaching for Naomi. And yes, she does go a lot slower, but if we're learning the at sounds, I want to be able to come back to the at sounds or add maybe some more difficult phonics to the at sounds, like maybe add a TH instead of an S. You know, just build upon itself is basically what I'm saying. I don't know if you followed any of what I said, but I hope it made sense. So I do want a curriculum. I guess that's what I'm almost trying to say. I want a curriculum that has a plan, like a scope and sequence, and has goals in mind. Because I have goals in mind for Naomi. I want her to read. And then maybe, you know, like I said, I'll come back and supplement with some Happy to Learn or So Happy to Learn. Or maybe I'll just keep writing my stuff. Because I got the book and I kind of got her system down. I've watched all her videos. So anyway, that's why. And I thought I'd share that with you. Because I know a lot of people are asking a lot about that curriculum, So Happy to Learn. It's a great stepping stone. It's good to come back and forth and supplement with. And yeah, a lot of kids, that will be their core curriculum because developmentally and emotionally and academically, that's where they're at. That's it. Thank you guys for hanging out and learning about all the things. And yeah, we'll see you around. Bye.